Good morning students. Today we are going to have our second video lesson of History Class 6. We will complete chapter number 16 Early Pakistan and will cover the information given on page number 77 and 78. The time duration of the lesson is 35 minutes and the resources required are Secondary Social Studies Book 1, Notebook and Pens. Let's recall a few basic facts about Indus Valley Civilization which we have already studied. Which province were the remains of the civilization found? Yes, the remains or the ruins of Mohenjo-daro were found from Sindh. What were the houses made up of? Mud bricks. What is a Great Bath? It was a huge pool in the center of the city. Now let's review the objectives of the day. By the end of this lesson, you should be able to explore the profession of Dravidians, explore the ruins found from Mohenjo-daro, compare the model cart found from the Mohenjo-daro with the modern cart, and explore and suggest the reason of the decline of Indus Valley civilization. First of all, let's see what profession did they belong to. For this purpose, what you are expected to do, you have to read last paragraph from page number 77. You have 3 minutes to read this paragraph. Your time starts now. As you have read the paragraph, now be ready to answer these questions. What was the profession of the people of Indus Valley civilization? The people seem to have been peaceful farmers. But how do we know this? We know of the lives of the people from archaeological evidence. The fragments of cloth preserved in the dry atmosphere show they grew cotton and wove textiles. Now, what does the absence of any sort of coinage tell us? They had no monetary system but relied on barter, exchange of goods instead of money. This is basically the barter trade system. So, when no coins are found from the ruins, it means that they did not have the monetary system. Rather, they used to exchange the objects in place of objects. Now let's see the discoveries of Mohenjo-daro. The statue of the priest king, you can see here in this picture. This is found from the Mohenjo-daro. Then this jewelry, it's found from Mohenjo-daro. And this is a model cart. This also is found from Mohenjo-daro. It seems to be a toy. Now let's compare the model cart found from Mohenjo-daro and today's cart. This is the model cart which is found from Mohenjo-daro, and this is the cart used today. So you have observed the two carts, one of the found from Mohenjo-daro and the modern cart. Now let's see what are the similarities and differences between these two carts. The similarities are wheels almost identical, curved wooden chassis, 2 oxen power, poles sticking up from chassis to support load. These are present in the modern cart. The driver sitting place or position is also the same. You can see this cart and this cart, we cannot see any difference except for one, which is the modern cart has 2 holes in each wheel, which is not found in the model cart found from Mohenjo-daro. You can see this is the cart found from Mohenjo-daro, so there is no hole in the wheel. However, in the modern cart, there are 2 holes in each wheel. So that is the only difference between these two carts. Otherwise, they are same. Now let's see what happened to the Indus Valley civilization. How did it decline? Archaeologists have different opinion about how did the civilization disappear. So let's discuss a few. A disaster might have struck the city and the houses would have been rebuilt in a much rougher way. The streets were not repaired and the drainage system was blocked up. Now, a few archaeologists, they believe that a disaster might have struck the city, and then the houses which were rebuilt, they were quite, rougher, and they were not as planned as the previously built houses were, and even the drainage system also got blocked because of that disaster. And then, the other opinion is that perhaps there was a climate change that made it more difficult to grow crops. So why do you think that it would be the reason of decline of the civilization? Because we have already studied that most of the Dravidians were farmers. So of course, if the climate changed and they couldn't grow more crops over there, then definitely they would have left the place. Then perhaps the river changed its course, as the ruins are 5 kilometers away from the river. So this could also be a reason, as the river changed its course and most of the civilizations, they began on the sides of the rivers. So that it might be so that the river changed its course. That's why the people, they moved from here. Perhaps all trees were cut down for burning and building and soil washed away. This could also be a reason, that because of lack of trees, the soil might have washed away, so people would have shifted somewhere else. In some other cities, archaeologists believe that the people left and the buildings collapsed. So this is also, the opinion of archaeologists about, other cities of the civilization, that the people, they left the place and the buildings, of course, they collapsed. Now, can you think of any other reason for the collapse of Indus Valley civilization? Just think it over, and then we are going to take the feedback. So let's recall what we have learned today. Which profession did most of the Dravidians belong to? Name a few objects found from Mohenjo-daro. What similarities and differences do you find in the model cart found from the ruins of Mohenjo-daro and the modern cart? What, in your opinion, was the reason of the decline of Indus Valley civilization? Check your answers. Which profession did most of the Dravidians belong to? They were peaceful farmers. Name a few objects found from Mohenjo-daro. Statue of priest king, jewelry and toys. What similarities and differences do you find in the model cart found from the ruins of Mohenjo-daro and the modern cart? Similarities: wheels almost identical, curved wooden chassis, 2 oxen power, pole sticking up from chassis to support load. These are present in the modern cart. Driver sitting place or position is also the same. Difference: the modern cart has 2 holes in each wheel, which is not found in the model cart found from Mohenjo-daro. What, in your opinion, was the reason of the decline of Indus Valley civilization? For this question, you would be having different answers. Now let's practice. Your task 1 is to read page number 77 and 78. You have 10 minutes to complete task number 2, and your task number 2 is to complete question number 2 and 3 from page number 78 in your notebooks. So I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. Have a good day.